Hi guys. Hello, good evening. Hi, thank you guys for letting me know that I am clear. Can you hear me okay? My Wi-Fi was going in and out, so I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay. Hi, hello everybody. Good evening. I'm clear. I see that I'm clear. I just want to make sure that you can hear me. As I said, my Wi-Fi was going in and out here at my house. So, yes, perfect. You guys can hear me. Awesome. Hi guys. Good evening. This is Tiffany with 100 Plus. I am jumping on tonight to give you guys an update on TUTI. As you know, I gave you guys an update last night about TUTI having to be rushed back in for a second emergency surgery late Wednesday evening. I brought her home Wednesday night with me. Got her settled here at my house, gave her her dinner, gave her her meds. She seemed fine. She was resting, and she got up and went to get some water. And when she made her way back to her bed, I noticed a very, very, very small, excuse me, a very small pink dot on her pee pad, and then I saw a second one. So I, of course, got a little concerned. I got up, I went in the pen with her, and immediately I didn't even think of her incision. She was dealing with an upper respiratory infection. So I immediately checked her nose to see if maybe she had some discharge from her nose and maybe it was irritated and there was some blood coming from her nose. That wasn't the case. I looked at her teeth, her mouth, nothing coming from there. Honestly, it was the last thing I thought of was to look at her incision. But when it wasn't anything coming from her face or her feet, I decided to lift her two front legs up off the ground so that I could look at her incision, and it was shocking, to say the least. There was a little knot about this big of, I didn't know what at the time, but I knew it was her insides that was sticking out of her abdomen. So needless to say, I scooped her up immediately, ran downstairs into my car, called Amy, said I'm on my way to Blue Pearl with TUTI, as her incision is open, her insides are falling out. Then I called Blue Pearl to let them know I was on the way to them with her and what was going on. By the time I got her to Blue Pearl, I showed you guys the photo last night. It went from a tiny little knot of just a little bit of her insides out to hanging out of her abdomen like this much. It was frightening. It was terrifying. It was worrisome. It was more adjectives that I can think of. I was terrified for TUTI. They brought her into the hospital and sent a photo to Dr. Woolery, who was the doctor who did her first surgery. And immediately Dr. Woolery rushed into the hospital late Wednesday night and got her back on the table to perform a second emergency surgery. The surgery went well. She said when she opened her skin, she told me this tonight, when she opened her skin Wednesday night, her entire abdominal wall from top to bottom was completely opened and everything was there. Her intestines, her bowel, everything was right there at her skin. And she said it was very angry looking, and she was concerned about the site where she stitched up her intestines and her bowel. And she said that looked great. Luckily, that whole area looked great. It was just her abdominal wall that okay guys, I did say that she was home with me. I'm just going back and recapping what happened Wednesday night and what the doctor told to me today when I went to go pick her up. She is home from the hospital. She is with me. So I'm just recapping so everybody knows what happened to TUTI and what the doctor had to say about what happened to TUTI. So she said that the abdominal wall looked very angry, and luckily though the incision site around her intestines and her bowel looked good. It was intact. She tested it several times and everything there looked great. She told me tonight that she was absolutely shocked and horrified when she opened up her skin late Wednesday night and saw how much her abdominal wall had dehisced. She still doesn't know why that happened, but she said, thank God it was caught as quick as it was, that I caught it as quick as I was and got her there as quick as I did, because everything would have just come out. So she was able to flush out her abdomen really well and get everything cleaned up. She tested her intestines, she tested the bowel, everything is good. She closed back up her abdominal wall. She reinforced it like 4 times, like quadruple reinforced it. And then, of course, she stayed in the hospital Wednesday night, which was like more like early Thursday morning. She was there all day Thursday, all night Thursday night, and all day today. I spoke to her today, and she said she felt comfortable with her leaving the hospital to come home with me. She said the hospital was just very crazy, and there was a lot of dogs, and there's a lot of commotion and barking, and TUTI just couldn't get the rest that she needed there at the hospital. But she basically left it up to me because she understands that it was very scary, and it was only 2 days ago. So she left it up to me to decide whether or not I wanted to take her home. And I decided that I did want to take her home with me so that she could get the much needed rest that she needs. So I just picked her up a couple of hours ago, and I figured I would jump on to give you guys all an update to let you know that she is here with me. I am going to show you guys. I just wanted to kind of recap. And I know there was several people last night that were very upset with me for taking too long to get to the point. And I'm sorry. I just know that there are 260,000 followers on here, and sometimes some people jump on and then don't jump back on for 2 or 3 days. Maybe nobody knew that TUTI had to be rushed in for emergency surgery. So I just wanted to be as thorough as possible in explaining. So I am sorry if you think I talk too much or that I need to get to the point, but I want to make sure that everybody knows everything that is going on. So I'm going to flip this over now so that you guys can see her. Give me 1 second. Oh, and I was saying yesterday, I do have dogs. This is Cloud. He is a 100+ baby. And this is my Gunner. And I do have Tanya, who is, oh, she's out. My forever foster Tanya, Mommy Tanya. But my dogs are very, very calm. So here's her little pen. This is my bed that my dogs are on, obviously. This is how close TUTI is to me so that I can keep a close eye on her. And she is sound asleep. She was snoring earlier. Oh, did I just wake you? Did I wake you, Mama? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. You can go back to sleep. So she's got a nice, big, cozy, comfortable bed, as you can see. She's in a pen because she really cannot walk around. She's not supposed to move much at all for the next 2 weeks. So she is safe and secure in this pen with her big, cushy, comfortable bed. We've got pee pads down. She's got her bowl of water because she already ate her dinner and had her meds. But as you guys can see, she is very, very close to me. I'm sitting in my bed right now and I can reach out and touch the pen. That's how close she is. So that I can keep a very, very close eye on her. And yes, some people said something about me having dogs. Yes, I do have dogs, but as you can see, my dogs are completely content and calm with her being in the room. They are not bothered by her or stressed by her at all, and they are not bothering her at all. She's going back to sleep now. Oh, nope, I woke her back up. So, again, I wanted you guys to see her setup and what she has here. She has this pen where she can be safe and secured and not move around very much. Plenty of space for her to get up and go eat and drink. And her very, very comfy bed and blankets. So I just want you guys to know she is in a pen because she needs to be contained. She cannot have free roam. She cannot free walk. The next 2 weeks are very, well, they're going to be very stressful, and they're very crucial to her healing. She cannot go for walks. She is only to be taken out to potty 3 times a day. And basically I'm going to carry her outside, right outside my door. I'm going to put her down on the ground. She's going to do her business. I'm going to pick her back up. I'm going to carry back up and put her here. When I have to go to work at the rescue house, she will come with me. She will be at the rescue house with me so that I can keep an eye on her when I am there, and then she will come home with me at night, and she will be right there where you saw, right within reach. Her second surgery, which was late Wednesday night, cost our rescue another over $5,000 to save her life. So that's why the donate button is here on this video again, as well as the PayPal link if you'd rather donate via PayPal, or you can send a check to our rescue house. But being that she had to have two emergency surgeries back to back, and both times doctors had to be called into the hospital, and she had to receive around-the-clock care. Needless to say, we are looking at, I think the first one was over 7, and the one on Wednesday night was over 5. It's a lot of money to save her life, but she is worth every single cent. So that is why I have the donate button here on this video, is to try to help cover her 2 surgeries. Not 1, but 2 emergency surgeries. Thank you guys. I can see some of you are commenting about yesterday, and I thank you very much. I just wanted to be as thorough as possible. I know we have so many people on our page, and people jump on and jump off and miss days in between, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew her story from beginning to end. And I'm sorry if some people were not happy about that. I also noticed when I started tonight, some people were not happy about it, even though I put in the verbiage and said that she was home with me right away. People were not happy. So I can't please everybody, but I did just want to show you guys TUTI, let you know that she is home from the hospital. She is with me. She is in a calm environment. She is safe. She is secure. And she will be with me for the next 2 weeks at least. She has to stay completely calm. She has to stay completely contained for a solid 2 weeks. So, unfortunately, I know it's going to be a struggle for her, because she is such a strong puppy that she doesn't even realize what she's been through. So it's going to be tough for her to stay calm for 2 weeks. We do have trazodone to help keep her calm. She is on antibiotics still for her upper respiratory infection. She's on another antibiotic for the surgery. She is on gabapentin for pain, and she is on trazodone to help keep her calm. And like I said, this is going to be a 2-week stretch where we need to keep her completely calm and completely contained. And Dr. Woolery said if we get past the 2-week part to the 2-week mark, we should be in the clear for her, because she her full abdominal wall dehisced after the first surgery, and not only that it did it after the first surgery, it was 7 days. I got my days mixed up yesterday. The surgery wasn't 2 days prior to that. She was released from the hospital 2 days prior to that, but it was 7 days after her surgery that her full abdominal wall dehisced, and that's concerning. So for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be touch or go, and we're going to pray, and we're going to hold our breath, and we are going to keep her as calm and as we possibly can. If it means giving her trazodone day and night, unfortunately, it's something that we have to do, because we have to look out for her and her best interest, and that's what we're going to do, because we don't want anything to happen to her. She's already been through so much already, with losing her family, swallowing a corn cob, being sick from the obstruction, being 100% obstructed, probably having vomiting and diarrhea, then starving to death to get to that state of emaciation that she was. then being shuffled around, ending up in a shelter, being with strangers, ending up in a hospital, going through surgery, then having to go back again. I mean, what she's been through is too much to comprehend in such a short period of time. Yes, her abdominal wall dehisced, which basically means it completely and totally rejected the suture material. So from the top of her incision to the bottom of her incision, when Dr. Woolery went back in late Wednesday night, once she undid the sutures on her skin, everything was wide open. So her abdominal wall was wide open when she opened her skin sutures. And everything, her intestines, her bowel, everything was right there pushing up against her skin. And in the case of, you saw the photo, an area of her skin that had opened up, it had started falling out. And that's why she had to be rushed in for a second emergency surgery. Which, thank God, she was able to get into the hospital. The surgeon was able to come in and perform the second surgery and save her life for a second time. But yes, that surgery did cost us over $5,000. Her first life-saving surgery cost us over $7,000. So that's a lot of money to save this little girl's life. But I will tell you, she is absolutely worth every cent. Every single cent. I just saw somebody asking about a bandage. We did ask Dr. Woolery about that when I picked her up tonight. I said, is there any way you could wrap her belly or her abdomen or put some kind of bandage, nothing tight, but some kind of bandage? And she said, absolutely not. It could cause the tissue to go necrotic, and the pressure could cause more harm than good. So of course that's not something that we're going to do. So that is why she has to wear this giant awful cone. But it's what is safest for her and what is going to be the best for her. So that is what we are going to do. I don't know if you guys can hear. She's dreaming. And she's kind of snoring. She's dreaming. I don't know if you guys could have heard that or not. I was trying to get it close and be quiet so you could hear. But she's dreaming. Yes, guys. Was different sutures used for the second surgery? That's you know what? I don't know. I know she told me that, oops, sorry guys, that she quadruple reinforced her abdomen, this time around. She used the same suture material for her abdominal wall as she did for her intestines and her bowel. And her intestines and bowel didn't reject the material, because she, like I said, double checked and triple checked and made sure there was no leaks and there was no issues, and totally flushed out her abdomen. And she said when she closed up her abdominal wall, she quadruple quadruple closed it up to make sure. And she has staples this time on the outside. She had sutures last time. This time she has staples. We are monitoring her food intake very closely. She's getting small meals throughout the day, several small meals throughout the day for that reason, not only because she's emaciated, but because of her surgery. She is on only a very bland wet food diet right now as well for the same reason. She's an English Bulldog. Yes, she is going to get lots of rest. There will be no jumping, there will be no walking, there will be no stairs. As I said, I will be carrying her from this pen outside, putting her down on the grass for her to do her business, and then she will be carried back in and put back in this pen where she will be resting for the next 2 weeks. She will come with me to work at Rescue House 1 when I have to be there, so that I can keep an eye on her all day as well. We do not want her to be alone at all, especially for the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks are very, very critical for her healing. And we're going to be praying and holding our breath the entire time that her body does not reject again and she does not dehisce again. And we are going to do everything in our power to make sure that that does not happen. Let's see if you can. She's dreaming, you can see. Dreaming and snoring. So again, guys, I just wanted to show you that she is out of the hospital. She is safe and secure here with me in my house. She has this pen so that we can contain her movements because she is not allowed to move around very much at all for the next 2 weeks, except for when she is going potty. So this is where she will be unless she is with me at the rescue house. Our 100 plus baby Cloud watching over her. And my buddy Gunner. And our 100 plus baby Tanya down there. Everybody keeping a close eye on her to make sure that she's okay. So again, guys, again, there is a donate button on this video. If you would like to donate towards her 2 emergency surgeries to save her life, you can donate right here on this video, or the PayPal link is listed on here as well, or you can send us a check directly to the Rescue House at 345 East Commercial Boulevard, Oakland Park, Florida, 33334. As I said, her first life-saving emergency surgery was over $7,000. Her second life-saving emergency surgery was over $5,000. So quite a lot to save this little girl's life, but she is absolutely worth every cent. Don't you agree? She is about 3 years old, has a whole lot of life left to live. Her little lip quivering and her snoring is just so cute. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being so kind and so understanding. And thank you for donating towards her 2 emergency surgeries to save her life. I will keep you posted all of the way. I will update you as often as I can on how she's doing and how her recovery is going. And of course, if God forbid there's any issue, you guys will be the first to know. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you all very much. Can't do it without you guys. Love you guys. This is Tiffany, 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of Everglades, Florida.